so they can get in and shut the pump off when the pool is overflowing.
Gail, Mark, Harold, President, and you, President. I haven't heard from Mark.
The other.
Well,
Can everybody hear us?
You're very glad your sons don't ever in this lifetime go on Black Friday. Finger outlets. The entry from the left, back up to El Paso. It was standstill traffic. You might wait 2 lights and then the line never moved. That there was not one parking spot left, that's why the traffic was at a standstill. Because you couldn't do anything.
Right.
I don't know a lot of people. Or on the mailer. Here's a check.
It's 2022 old.
Is it 20?
It's 2022 old. I bought it.
The golf course, the-
This was the maintenance. That's what I'm saying, but I don't know how old it was. I don't know about that. I know.
I mean,
Yeah, I started at the house and said, donuts.
I'm okay.
That's the last one.
Let me
That
tell you
was
something.
in
Let me tell you something.
A lot of drugs.
Let me tell you something.
Joyce, we were just talking about making sure we're looking at
I thought about it.
for next year. Any kind of big things we need to do on horizons. And the Missouri study they had, probably do another one around 2027, because we've started doing a lot of the things and accomplished a lot that was in that one, so it's, it's gonna quickly become outdated. And me, you out.
That's the Christmas when we first, it's allocated. 705 days later, you got to use it. That's all.
Okay, good.
Well, hello, Ms. Joyce, good morning.
Hi, Joyce.
You ready, Ms. Lynn?
Yes, ma'am, we're live.
All right. All right, I'd like to call to order the fourth quarter board members meeting. And I'd like to remind our guests, this is a board meeting. We'll certainly take questions at the end. If any questions after we get through the board's business, we'll certainly take those questions. Ms. Stephanie, do we have a quorum? All right. So Joyce is, let's call the meeting to order. For the president's report, I am going to defer to Gail. She's got all the moving pieces, parts that are going on right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Skip one. So I would like to make a motion to approve the meetings of 11/17 as distributed.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion.
All right, so this is what we're gonna talk about?
No, this is just.
Okay. Okay, so the president's report is yours.
And I said I was going to defer because you have all the big pieces.
I have all the big pieces.
That's right.
Okay, so the vice president's report then, we'll combine those two together. So as a reminder, let's get the fun stuff out of the way first. Tammy's gonna talk about the social events that are coming up today. So Tammy, you wanna take a
Yeah.
couple minutes for that?
When the meeting's over with, we're gonna be pulling stuff out of the closet over there. We have a committee for anybody that may not know that or who's new to the association. And we're gonna decorate this room for Christmas. and that way it'll be ready for the snowbirds. Then we're gonna have I brought some stuff out, we're gonna make some ornaments, then tonight is a chili cook-off, the contest for that, and you're asking, you bring sides and brought music out for that. Also wanted to take a moment to add to that, we were discussing this. We have the two committees, our beautification and our social committee. The beautification committee has done phenomenal things, as we all know, around the property. Christy Kravenik is in charge of that. At the end, every time we have a quarterly meeting, they do functions, and then we try to do a social event. We've gotten fantastic feedback that everybody enjoys everybody getting together. We're looking for more people to be on the social committee, and I wanted everybody to know it's a very low commitment. If we had a one Zoom meeting and maybe 2 or 3 emails before we just decide on a theme, Lynn typically grabs the groceries and stuff for us. It's not time intensive, but it can sure help us out. Ideally, we'd like to have one person, so it's just 4 events a year, take on one of those events. The January one's pretty much handled by the same people every time, so maybe 3 events. So if you're a new owner, we would sure love to have you just pitch in and join in. I do thank all the people. It seems like the beautification committee comes in after a hard day's work and they swoop in and help us out for setup and everything. But just wanted to have some people really consider joining us and helping out with that if you really enjoy it, and hope to continue to see more and more people reach event.
Tammy, can you tell the times for the stuff this afternoon and where?
Well, it was supposed to start at 1. If we just have a few people here, if it's just us in the room, then we can just do whatever we want when we want. But I think we're gonna start the setup around 1 and then just kind of fade into the ornament.
And then the social is at
5, as far as the, yeah,
6.
6.
6 p.m.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Thanks, Amy.
What about the football game? It comes on at 3 o'clock.
I was saying,
It comes on at 3 o'clock on ABC.
Miss Ruth is in charge. I'm gonna write it right here. Miss Ruth is in charge of making sure it's on the TV in the meeting room.
and I just figured since
What
it's
time's-
just
what time's
chili, we can
kickoff?
start eating.
There's a football game?
Okay, 3 o'clock.
If it's just us here, we can have an unofficial start time. We can start eating chili, watch football, whatever we
Hey,
want. That's what's fun. We don't have to be rigid.
Okay, that was important. My husband said it had to be on or he wasn't coming.
Well, you can have it here and eat chili, yes.
We have a TV, why not?
That's right. All right, so I'll combine the president's and the vice president's reports. One of the things that we wanted to talk about briefly is just a reminder, and we'll be preparing some more communication in the future to send out about water events in owners' condos that can cause damage. As a reminder, and you guys pitch in and
Hey,
help
Mark,
if
we're
I
in
miss
the Gail
anything.
section right now. You'll be
If
next.
anything that's within the walls of your condo is your responsibility. All the owners, each owner is responsible for what happens inside that condo, inside of that box. So if you have not replaced your supply lines on your toilets or your sinks with the braided metal ones, I highly encourage you to do that. That's one of the safety mechanisms that helps prevent leaks. I also encourage you to invest a little bit of money in leak detectors. They're very inexpensive. They're wireless. They really can pick up just a few drops of water. I have them underneath all my water appliances, and they have alerted me. It alerts on your phone on the app that there is water present. That can go a long way to preventing damage in your own condo and also condos below you. And we'll put the link to that in the communication that we send out. So if there is an event, a water event that occurs in your condo and it creates water damage in your condo and maybe condos below it, the association is going to step in and do the mitigation as soon as possible. So it may be your management company beats us to it, but the association takes that stand because it's really important to dry out quickly. So we're gonna do they call it the dry out phase. Without doing that, mold is likely to grow, which will affect all of the units. So we will do that. However, the cost for that is gonna be billed back to the owner's responsibility. So either your HO6 will pay for it or you will pay for it. So that's just a heads up, and again, more communication is coming. And we will certainly take questions after this, but we just wanted to get that out there for people to be thinking about what they can do to mitigate any damage issues. So if you had replaced all of your supply lines and you had your leak detectors and a pipe burst or a water line burst under your sink, you would get notified immediately. You can immediately notify Triton. They will shut the water off. And that will prevent the damage to your unit. It means a difference in, a couple $100 of a dry out versus thousands of dollars. So does that make sense, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And again, those are, issues that have come up recently, particularly in the buildings 1, 2, and 3, not so much in 4, but just wanted to remind people that what's inside the box is your responsibility. So if there's a failure of anything inside your box that causes damage to your unit and units below you, that's your responsibility. Anything to add to that, guys?
Unless it's the association's main water line.
Correct.
And that's where if you drill into the association's water line, then obviously the responsibility is the person who drilled into it, which would be you, right? But if it's the association's water line, then that's the association to make it right.
And
Correct.
also in our declarations, there's a really good diagram of what is owner responsibility versus what is a common share. So that's a good reminder for all of us.
All right, the other couple of projects that we're gonna be working on, I can't hear you.
Sure.
Don't forget the drain line as well.
Yes, that's correct.
Homeowners are responsible for maintaining their drain lines so that they don't get backed up, because those can cause leaks and damage as well. And so it's not just your refrigerator line, your shut-off valve, all that stuff, it's even your drain. So make sure you keep the drain clean, make sure you're inspecting it on a regular basis, make sure, you're not pouring oil down the drain, et cetera, because that also can lead to the leaks. And as Gail mentioned, the homeowner is responsible for the entire cost to fix everything. So
That's
it's all they're gonna need to maintain an insurance policy that can cover you in case something like this
Absolutely.
happens.
I mean, if you don't have an HO6 policy on your condo, you should get one. Because that protects you and it provides liability coverage for other units that get damaged.
I'll add one more thing to that too. The HVAC drain, the shower drains and the sink drains. Think about those things. Those are things that y'all need to, clean, make sure those stay working order within your unit.
I'm gonna talk about the irrigation project when we get to that phase. So for 26, hopefully before March, we're hoping to do 2 projects. We're going to rebuild the east pool, the pump house?
Pump house.
The pump house for the east pool. Evidently, when it was built many years ago, it wasn't built in a way that allowed us to change out the filters. So those haven't been changed in a while. So we're gonna invest a little bit of money in fixing that project. And then we're also going to be resurfacing the basketball court, which was damaged during Sally and also with the renovations after Sally. So those are the big projects. We are continuing to work closely with our big key vendors, Triton. We've had meetings with them to talk through processes and have better communication and hopefully better service. They do a good job. They're a good partner. But it's important to keep the lines of communication open.
Good.
Yes, I think that's all I have.
Okay, Mark?
Right, well, I've got some really exciting news on 2 fronts. Let's start with the 2026 budget bid. It's been completed. It should be issued soon. The good news there is that we are not raising the dues. The dues will remain the same. We're also going to be continuing to contribute the same amount of the reserves that we previously have. So we're not losing, we're not dropping as far as our reserve contributions go. So, overall, we think that it's a fair budget. And the next thing is we are working now with Secret, which most everybody knows. And I couldn't be more happier because now we finally have the proper system in place to manage our financial affairs. And the one thing I recommend is everyone. I don't care how old school you are, because I'm an old school guy myself. I don't care how old school you are. Get online, get access to your portal, and also sign up for auto payment, auto draft. And I'll tell you why, combination of things. The association will actually get charged if we have homeowners who still, for example, receive beaver signals, right? You don't want to go online and be able to view your account. And I know a lot of people, one of the biggest complaints we heard was, I couldn't see what's going on with my account. I've got no visibility. I don't know how much I owe. I don't know what I owe. Yeah, you do. And it's all there for you. And if you're going to be broken out by the different types of charges, you're going to be able to see everything. All right? So, you can access this portal on your phone, your iPad, your computer. You're going to be able to see everything that's going on. All right, and you'll be able to save the expectation for money as well. We don't have to mail out statements or process payments by check. Okay, so do the favor, make the effort. It'll really help. And I'll tell you, you're gonna love the system. I use it, and it's a really easy system to use. And also one thing to also remind people of, if you didn't see the email that went out the other day. The people who have signed up for Autograph or want to sign up for Autograph, you still have until December 10th to do it. You just log into your portal and sign up for the Autograph, okay? And there's also another feature that even for people who have signed up for it, just go into your account, double check. And I did this myself the other day. Double check that you are enrolled for the insurance assessment and well then special assessments if you want those to be autographed as well. Because right now, I know for myself, the window and balcony payment wasn't set up for autograph. I had to actually click the button to enroll in it, even though I'm enrolled in payments for the maintenance fee. So go online, get access to your portal. It's really easy. Just make sure you do that step. And like I said, please sign up for e-statements, sign up for Autograph, it's gonna help the association. And people run smoothly this way as well, all right? And that's it for me.
Hey, Mark, this is Gail. Can we add also that when you log in right now, probably it'll take maybe 30 days to get totally updated. You won't see your insurance balance or your assessment balance because it hasn't been loaded yet. We had to get the documents from Grant Sanders and Taylor, and that took longer than we expected. Now we have to audit them to make sure they're right, and then we have to load them in the system manually because they weren't able to give us an automated transfer of data. So that takes a little bit more time. So if you'll just be patient, somewhere around, I'm guessing, middle of January, we should be able to have everything loaded in there. And when Mark said to sign up for auto draft, you can sign up for auto draft anytime. But if you want your December 1st dues, if you haven't paid those to come out on the 15th, you have until the 10th to sign up for auto draft. Does that make sense?
Well, didn't they say if we were already on Autograph? I thought we got an email that
Can I
Grant
add what
Sanders and
Gil
Taylor
said?
were okay.
Let me add what Gil
Hold
said.
on just a second.
If you do make a payment right now for the insurance, let's say, okay, you don't see the current charge on your account. Don't worry about it. Because what's gonna happen is once the beginning balances are loaded, all right, they're gonna be coded a certain way and that payment's gonna be applied to it, all right? So right now, if you make a payment, it'll be credited on your account, but rest assured, it's gonna be, assigned or applied to your proper, balance, because you'll see now the system allows you to distinguish what you're paying. Like when I signed up for auto payment, there's 3 separate buckets. Okay, so now that's how you know who's paying what and what they're paying it for. Okay, so this is a really good system, and I'll tell you also, it's going to help us track. And it's part of what we're doing. We're carefully reviewing all the opening balances that were given to us by Grant Sanders. We want to make sure they're right. And at the same time, with this new system now, we'll be able to also improve our collection actions and chase the delinquent accounts. Okay, so this is one of the other advantages of the system we're using now. It's going to be really easy to find out who's delinquent and start that process sooner than later. All right.
Mark, something else I was gonna make sure that's correct is, the question that I've been asked is those that already prepaid their insurance assessment in full back in July, don't sign up for that insurance assessment right now because you've already paid it, you paid it before we transitioned. So wait on signing up for the insurance now if you've already prepaid. But if you pay typically monthly, you'll need to sign up for that insurance.
Correct.
Yes.
But like for me, because I prepaid my insurance, I didn't enroll in the insurance
Correct.
option. I left that one. Yeah, and I'll tell you, like my team manually went through reports that we got from Grant Sanders to find out who's prepaid, who still hasn't paid. We've done that, and we're even going to do a second cross check with because Seacrest is also doing the same on their end with another report that they got from Grant Sanders. So they're manually doing it, we manually did it. And at the end of the day, we're gonna cross-check it too to make sure we can really come up with an accurate beginning balance. So that's what we're doing, that's why it's taking a little bit more time.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
And we'll take questions at the end, okay?
All right, and just to kind of transition in from what Mark was saying to, really trying to get on there and, making sure that you're trying to pay by ACH instead of mailing the checks. Please be mindful too. In the past, association checks have been mailed to the PO box here in Gulf Shores. Make sure you transition that to what was on the welcome letter, which is that PO box 166026 Helmont Springs, Florida, instead of the PO box here to prevent delays in processing your payments. And of course, using the auto drive by the 10th. And if you have questions, Seacrest is given that number, but I'll say it again, is 1-888-828-6464, or you can email them at csrhelp@seacrestservices.com versus emailing Lynn, because Lynn is basically our administrative assistant for, getting information out to y'all. She picks up the mailboxes and the stuff we get here, but Seacrest is who you need to talk to and channel those questions to Seacrest rather than Lynn. And of course, keep the contact information up with Seacrest like you used to do with Lynn and I. Make sure your contact information is up to date so you can receive information. The Vanica portal, you can kind of check your information in there and make sure that your email address is correct and you get communication to yourself.
And just to add on to what Stephanie said, I've used that CSR email address and gotten a fast response. So I think that's probably your best bet is to use that email with questions.
And that's a good way for you to have documentation of, when you talk to somebody and stuff like that too. So, something else that I've been working on and kind of just want to give the board an update. During my almost 4 years here on the board, we have transitioned multiple companies before, and we have lost some documents before, and I've worked with several, boards in the past to gather all our documents. So that's something I've been working with Seacrest with. So we have our meeting minutes from 2018 to 2025 now. Before we had lost some of that stuff, we actually have some more things other than that. But just having that historic documents where the owners can see it in the portal and other needed documents has been something I've been working on, and I'm glad that process is almost done because it's been tedious.
It's not been loaded all yet, but you've given it to them.
Well, a lot of it I have loaded in for them. And so that's something they're doing as they can. So on your portal, you can see, well, I always call it the hamburgers, the 3 little lines at the top left of the portal. You can look and it says documents, and you can start seeing like our governing documents, all the things like you saw in Appfolio 2. We're just trying to have it where you can access it. It's still going to be in Appfolio 2. And while we're on that, I would just recommend that the board keeps Appfolio for the very purpose of what I just said, maintaining that. If for some reason we do have to transition, a different, any kind of different vendor in the future, keeping the association records in a place. We used to keep it in the building, like in paper, and like we were talking about with checks, right? We used to keep it in a storage room here. Sally kind of changed that, and so we lost some things. Electronics is a great thing. We can maintain our documents that way. So that's my bit for maintaining Appfolio. It doesn't cost much at all. It's like $200 a year, and for us not to have to go back and lose our stuff, and owners have access to it. It's a quick thing. Emily's great about getting stuff out to them.
So we still use it for our work orders.
And work orders right now, yes, thank you. Keep using the Appfolio for work orders. If we transition for any reason, in the future to Seacrest for work orders, we'll let you know. Just think about the Seacrest portal has so many options that we can grow with as we need to, but right now keep everything the same until further notice, and we'll communicate that with you. Speaking of communication, something that we, when you go to other places, there's elevator displays. So you may see those in the elevators right now. They're empty. Never fear. I've got the stuff that I'm going to put up here. So it's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be great for welcoming our guests and stuff like that. So we have our rules and regulations in every elevator. So you people will know, and don't put trash out beside the dumpsters. They go over there in the maintenance thing. If it's lightning outside, guess what? They're going to close the pools. People ask these questions so many times. And so maybe if it's in every elevator, that at least gets buildings, 2 through 5 floors, and buildings 1, 2, and 3, 2, and 3rd floor. But don't get on our dooms, stuff like that. You can get the beach things. And then each season we can change out, just kind of welcoming people. So this is a property map, because you can imagine how many of our guests come here and like, I don't know where this is. And guess what? We want to advertise where our vending is, because that gives us revenue, right? So this kind of gives you the ability to do that. And then, of course, our Pave the Way Brick Foundation is down there, and just welcoming somebody. That kind of gives the resorty feel to that. Suncoast is already giving us the information for 2026 for their cherry rentals. That starts in March to October. So I'll be posting this. It's already in Appfolio, I believe, and it's already, it's going to be in the bulletin board this afternoon in Building 4.
Are those pictures that you just had, are those on the Appfolio? The elevator,
Yes.
the pictures you're gonna put
I
in the
can
elevators?
load those as well if you want me to.
Yeah,
I
I'd
can
like
load
to
the
print 'em,
elevator.
because I have something in my condo from a long time
Mhm.
ago on my refrigerator, but I think I'd like to have both of those.
Load into Appfolio. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Let's see what else we got. Just a lot of those things are, to, prevent further costs to the association and just improve maintaining our property. Contacting Triton, like with weather events, like a guest or something has a water leak, that number's on there, because a lot of times they don't know who to call. So that's a good idea to put that in your unit
Yeah.
as well.
I
And I'll
take
put
those
that
little
up.
plastic
That's good.
folders and put them in there and put a magnet right on the
So either a binder or a communication board in your unit, that'd be great. They've already talked about the beautification stuff, so I'm gonna take that, not worry about that. And that is all I have, except for, I'm gonna say one more thing. I come off the board in January, and it's been a great 4 years. Somebody please run that has great organization skills and can maintain and keep going forward for the association.
You set the bar high, Stephanie.
Very. Last newsletter coming out in December. It's kind of fun. I've had 43, so it's been a run. So thanks for putting up with my country side.
Moving on to old business, Mark took care of the finances. The final door, window, balcony, pool assessment is due 1/1/26. 1 bedrooms is $1,778.08. 2 bedroom is $2,625.35. Making sure we use our new mailing addresses and all.
Is that the one we paid in July?
The door window balcony.
Not the last payment was
This will be the
July.
last.
No.
No,
There
this
is one more?
Yeah.
This is the.
Oh,
January is the
January-
last.
January 1.
Let's all just round of applause for the last. We've done it. We've finished the race. Well done, good and faithful servants.
And it'll be really easy if you sign up for auto draft.
Yes, that's the last one.
Okay,
All right,
irrigation.
okay, you guys have probably seen, those of you who've been here, seen, the Pleasure Island Irrigation Company has been installing the irrigation system we talked about back in September. They had originally scheduled to be finished sometime in January. The good news is they're expecting to be finished by the end of this year, which is great. They're a little bit ahead of schedule. Of course, things can happen that could stop that, but as of today, that's what they expect. They're about 80% finished on building 1. Building 2 is complete, except for installing the clock and controller. Building 3 is close to being complete. They need to add some jets. And building 4 is about 50% complete. 3 of the 4 islands are complete, and then hopefully they'll have it done by January 1st. That's gonna be a huge improvement in the property look and feel, but also in the value of the property. Because as any of you who've been here a number of years know, after Sally, we had no irrigation system. The stickers took over, the weeds took over, the grass died, flowers died, bushes died. So we couldn't keep anything alive. There was no way to irrigate it rather than using sprinklers, which is not feasible. So this is gonna be a big win for us. And as a reminder, we paid for this out of the reserve budget, which is what that reserve is for. Hopefully you're seeing some improvement. Anybody see the grounds look better?
Absolutely, yes.
Good. So love to hear any feedback you guys have, if you have any suggestions for things we can do to make the property look better as far as landscaping, pass them on. Pleasure Island's been a very good vendor partner. They've worked with us very closely, and hopefully we'll have many more years with them. So that's the update on that.
What did we spray for those stickies?
He's spraying twice a year, in the spring and in the fall.
Okay.
The first 2 times he did in the spring, after that, he couldn't spray anymore without irrigation, because if you spray without irrigating it, the grass dies. So when they've sprayed 1 time in the fall, and as soon as they get the irrigation system in, they'll spray again. But we had such a bad infestation that it's gonna take a couple of years to get rid of the stickers. So just be patient with that. Having grown up around stickers in South Texas, I can tell you that that is the truth. It takes a long time to get rid of stickers. So just be patient on that. He is working on them. He knows it's a priority for us.
They're significantly better though.
Yes.
I'm seeing less and less walking in with me. So that's great.
Anything else under old business? All right, so let's move to new business. There's some concerns with the guard shack up front, the guard building, the door and the window frame. We have a quote for $7,040 to replace the sliding door, which is the same price from the other door. And then there's about $2,900 worth of repairs to the interior of it, changing the flooring out, updating it, hadn't been updated since pre-Sally. And then it has, the door frames are rotting inside, and it's very,
Yeah, the door's unusable. They can't shut the door.
it's not user-friendly at all.
Is that 2 doors, one for each side?
So we replaced the one exiting the property, now the one coming into the property. The guards are having to like shimmy it to try to shut it, and we're getting into winter weather, and we don't want elements.
We're getting water damage inside.
Well, we gotta mitigate it.
Even a computer.
So it does open on the other side now?
Yes.
The exiting side's yes,
Exiting
but the
side.
entering side is staying wide open and everything, and,
Yeah.
you know, of course, we have 24/7 security, so, you know.
Isn't that all 4 phases?
Yes,
Yes,
it is a
it is.
shared
That's
expense.
what I thought, okay,
We don't pay for all of it.
right, is our portion 7 or that's the?
That's
the
the,
full
we,
The total amount is gonna be almost $12,000 split over the 4 associations. And we're looking for,
We're picking up 25% of that, right? of that 12,000?
No,
I think we have
43.
we're 43. We have,
Here's what I'm seeing, right?
space on
This
meetings.
is
We have more
a,
units.
2026 expense. If you put it into account 5,600, and that would leave us with about 80,000 for the rest of the year as far as, coverage on the budget for future repairs. So, if you're saying, did we get multiple bids, or is it just one bid we received?
And that's the one we have right now. Triton was supposed to be reaching out for 2 more.
But this is gonna be the lowest.
But
I think.
This is probably gonna be the lowest based on, there may be one other one that kind of comes close to this or under. So that's where but to me, Emily can speak on this, but there's a lead time for ordering that door, is there not? So to me, I think we need to go in and make a motion to order the door, so the door is here, because that contractor, whoever gets the bid, eventually is going to, gonna need the door. They're not gonna buy the door, so we need to get that door on
Sorry,
order
right. And
minimally.
it's expensive because it's a hurricane-proof door, right?
Yes. Correct.
Let me ask this question. Do any of the other associations that are gonna be sharing in the cost, do they have a say in what we spend?
No,
Not when we're the primary stakeholder. Just like the entry road, when they decide that they're gonna go with a landscaping vendor and we have to pay our little smaller portion to that, we usually don't get a say. So, I mean, that's one of those things where, and like Joel says repeatedly, there's a time when you have to triage something because you're letting elements in, that it kind of, I mean, if you wanna reach out to them and ask them quickly, but it's something that needs to be mitigated promptly.
yeah, this is a reason.
It's an issue.
Low cost to split up.
Good question.
Yep. Any other discussion?
No. We need to make a motion.
Yeah. I would like to make a motion that we go ahead and order the door from Glass Systems in Alabama. $7,040, I think is the number on it. That way we have it on site, and when we get the additional quote, we'll go ahead as a board and approve the repair and the door replacement.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you. We'll take care of that.
Annual meeting stuff.
Yep, so if we have, you want to take care
I
of it?
sure will.
Okay.
So information was mailed out to you. I've already got mine in Mississippi, so hopefully you've got yours by now, of the annual meeting notice. That is gonna be off-site this year. If you've got any topics for the annual meeting, please send it to the secretary by Friday, December the 19th, and that's the secretary's email. Also, board member nominations, and go on and send that by the 19th as well. That's available in Appfolio. And then send proxies, or if you're attending in person, by Thursday, January the 1st, 2026. Proxies cannot be accepted at the meeting per our bylaws. That you can be accepted if for some reason we don't have a quorum, it can be accepted the day before that, but it cannot be accepted at the meeting. So we need to make sure we have that. The reason we had it off-site is because we had approximately 111 people that RSVP'd. This room only holds 100. So we just wanted to make sure everyone had a seat at the table. That is gonna be at Graham Creek Nature Preserve Meeting Room. That's over there, was it 20?
It's off of 20, off of the Beach Express.
Yeah.
Super cool place though.
So it's a neat little place.
Yeah.
And it's at 1 o'clock. So that will be our next meeting. Please arrive about 12:30 to register. It's kind of like when you go to a wedding. The wedding starts at 1, y'all. So don't show up at 1, show up at 12:30 so we can get you your proxy and you can get a great seat, and you can be nominated to serve on the board. You got 2 seats
Two board positions are
open.
open, please.
Love y'all a long time, but gotta go.
Please.
Anything else? I'd like to make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
A second.
Wait 1 second.
Oh,
Okay.
Order questions?
We're gonna do that at the
Okay.
end, I promise.
9:37. Thank you.
Meeting adjourned. Thank y'all.
Owner questions.
Now, owner
Yes.
question.
And the reason we do it this way is it gets very cumbersome for Stephanie to write down everybody's questions and comments. It's not like we're trying to hide anything. It's just take care of the board's business. And then we'll talk and have questions and get ready for the social and decorate for Santa Claus and everything else.
And we're always available by email before the meeting if there's something you ever want on the agenda. It's just a matter of this is a board meeting and now we're one of y'all now. So what can we help y'all with? What are y'all's great ideas to save us some
We
money?
have a question back here.
Oh, yeah. My question is, I thought we received a notice that if we are currently enrolled with automatic pay from Grant Sanders and Taylor, the December payment will be paid. No, I thought that was received, no.
No,
No, ma'am.
The last one was November the 1st.
Oh, okay, I'm on, so I think I did sign up for automatic, but I'm not sure if I did it correctly, so maybe I need to talk to
So,
someone.
On the
So, yeah.
portal, on the new portal?
Yeah,
Okay. It should show you on your portal.
and how do I get to the portal again? I'm an old lady, so I need some help.
They probably have emailed you a link to get into that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
There's no link.
Okay, and the other,
Yes.
so that would be the same thing with,
Yeah, I
but
thought they were gonna do.
if I have signed up for it, I did get something saying, though, I can tell you, too, they did get things saying they were gonna pay, I signed up for the dues, $4.60 or whatever it is. But
498.
not for 98, but not for the insurance, but you're saying that's still in the works, that if I put blank for all three of those things, especially those systems.
Yeah, if you check the box for all three auto pay and it's already done, then you should.
If you did that in that letter, it did not do it. Like Mark's saying, you need to go onto the portal and make sure you're enrolled. And I'd be glad to show you what that looks like. The website is https, it's //home.seacrestservices.com. And that's SEACREST. And so that's
I'll come up
something.
and get it.
Yeah,
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
spell it wrong because.
Yeah, don't spell it wrong. I
You gotta
left
be
the
careful.
S off one time and it didn't go there. Don't be putting your
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
in.
do all the HTTP,
No,
all that
yeah.
stuff.
You gotta have the
Spell
S
it
on the
wrong,
end, 'cause
you'll
that's
go
secure.
to a erroneous website
Yes,
that is a virus.
nice.
If you spell
Don't-
it CREAST.
But, and then when you click on that, you can see the upper portal and then it will actually show you, it'll say enrolled or do you want to enroll in that? So I can show, I did a screenshot. I'm gonna put this in the next newsletter just so y'all can kind of see that y'all need to do it before December 10th.
Can I say something really quick? You just said a very good point here. If you go to the wrong email address or the wrong website, it is a virus.
It is.
I had an owner call me yesterday who said, I have lost control of my email. It has been hacked. I can't get into it. I'm hoping that that's not what happened, but if we could, I can
It
text out.
probably is because it's a
Yeah.
quick virus.
Yeah.
Text that link out.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. If we could, we'll text the correct link out for you to click on because we do not want that to happen in any of y'all.
But I did go to the correct website but I was never able to log in. It just kept telling me I had invalid email.
Was it
And I
before
tried
the
to call-
first?
I tried to call the number and it's always
Was
busy.
it, did you try under December 1st? Because mine, it took till December 2nd.
Yeah, it
Ours
was,
did too.
it wasn't active
Yeah,
until
I don't
December.
remember. It was probably in November.
Yeah, try now because mine didn't work until December 2nd because I gave you that temporary thing and I was trying to log in and it's like, you don't have an account, you don't exist, and there's
It
no
just
app
kept
that I
telling
know
me
of.
invalid,
Is that
invalid
correct?
email, invalid.
You know, Mark,
Did you
there's
use
an
that
app.
funky password they sent you?
Is there an
Yes.
app to the portal or?
That was so weird, and I got,
Yes.
mine has a 0 and
Do you have
an
a question?
Yes, but I
I
got that
looked for
correct.
one
I
and
mean,
it said that you have to have a company
I looked
ID.
at all
and
that
it
about
was
6
something
times.
set up, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows anything.
But let me say this
They
too.
came in through the gate and they were going to
I'm
building
really struggling.
6,
Thank you.
even though I'm in
She's there.
4.
So
They were going to visit someone else in 6 and then come to visit me in 4.
Okay.
The guard told them building 6 is not accepting any guests today until further notice. So they called me and I called the guard and got on with whoever set this thing up. And she said, building 8 has requested no guests be allowed in. to the condominiums. And I said, well, I'm in building 4, can my guests come in? And she said, absolutely. Well, they came back and they were told they could not get on the premise.
Okay,
And this is just,
so this is a security.
this is a security issue.
So did they say we're only going to building 4?
No, sir.
Yes,
And they still told them that?
and they said, you can't even park your car and walk in. They said, can we park our car and walk in? They're just gonna park it over
Yeah.
the dunes and walk in. No. Does anyone know anything
Okay,
about
can
this
you-
craziness?
Can you tell what day and time, approximate time that happened? Because
Yeah.
it was on duty.
It was like around 3
I
o'clock,
guess the folks that
and
sent
it was
Sebastian
last
this.
Monday.
You would.
They're closed.
They're
They've been
closed
closed
right
for
now.
I was out here, we were working.
They're renovating.
They were renovating them back in Texas.
Oh, really?
Okay, so hold on, so last month's
Still.
event,
They do every year,
8?
the Christmas, New Year's.
Is that what I'm talking? Because I was in your, I'm sorry, December 1st.
Yeah, but I think it was. I think it was on the
But
first. I mean,
everything's
we were out here on
closed for
Monday,
Texas.
wasn't it?
Cal's
Monday
getting
morning?
information on the dates of the follow-up packet.
Okay.
Security didn't know
So
that.
I'm meeting with the owner of the security company on Monday.
Okay,
I will ask him specifically about that.
and it was totally major confusion.
Yeah, I don't, all I can tell you is they probably have a lot of turnover in their staff, and sometimes they're not trained as well as they should be. Out here, unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of options for security, so that's one of the things we're hoping to improve is the customer experience from the security.
But they weren't letting anyone in. If you would have had a guest, a paying guest, they were like, no, you can't get in.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Security issues or something happening on property, but let's see, now.
It was just a lack of communication.
It sounds like somebody didn't get trained.
Yeah. Just lack of communication.
And they had the buildings all mixed up. She was going to 6 and 4.
You have a question?
And then when I called, she told me 8.
I'm sorry.
Placeholder.
Well, you were in the middle of one, weren't you?
I was there somewhere. Can't remember what it was now.
It was about the
Oh.
computer or the phone.
Oh, okay, so I did mail the HOA payment and the auto draft form. It will get to them before December the 10th, so that, I'm assuming they will, I don't know if they'll auto draft the HOA and process the check. That means it's double paid.
You sent a voided check?
I sent a voided check and a check.
That was the instructions.
Yeah, that, if it does end up doing both, don't worry about it, just don't make your January 1st payment. I mean, it's.
Well, they're gonna auto draft it.
Yeah, that's where some of those credits mark, Secrets will probably have to, on their end of it, make sure if there's a credit to their account, they may have to do some,
They'll do some fixing.
adjustment of a ACH or something, so that they're not overdrawn.
Well, I mean, I haven't paid the insurance, so it's somewhere close to the same number, so
Might give credit to it.
Yeah.
Mark it on the wash.
one other quick thing, just to note. So, and we talked to Stephanie about it, but we had some things stolen. One of our guests broke into our personal closet and stole fishing rods and a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, it took us, anyway, doesn't matter the value, it was significant, but anyway, we asked for the security footage from the camera because there's 2 cameras that could have seen them come out, put it in their vehicle. And it took, Emily can attest to this, it took several days just to figure out who has ownership of the security cameras, one. And then to try to trace the footage down was impossible. So I really don't know if we pay for those. If we do, they're useless.
Okay, so I'm meeting with the owner of the security, is he the owner?
Is it secure? Is it secure vision?
Gulf Coast
Security, Gulf Coast.
Okay, I don't think
Secure
security.
Vision installed those cameras,
I
and
got
we do, that's part of the bundle we pay for. The
Right,
security sees what's on those cameras, is supposed to, and that's where she needs to follow up, because it seems
I'm
like
meeting
we've
with
got
him Monday, because I got several issues.
a loop.
I'm adding that to the
Where
list.
are all the cameras?
I don't,
Do they have a?
Elevators, the
Pools.
common area pools, there's a one on
Pools,
the,
yeah.
there's one on pole by East Pool.
security
I've
said
seen
they
that.
don't have any here, they can't see it.
So that's where we're just.
So-
On the hallways?
Vendor, we're talking vendors.
There are on the hallways?
Security supervisors and managers do have a login.
Correct.
Triton used to have a login. I was supposed to have a login. This was all forced to have a backup. So one person doesn't just need to have the link. So those cameras belong to Plantation. So the board member or board press, somebody else needs to have a login as well, in case you do run into this.
Okay, so-
Those only hold a certain amount of information, and then it
It retapes over.
it purges. Yeah, I don't know. It could be 30 days. It could be 7 days. I don't know what it's set
Well,
out.
this
but-
was
Well, I
quick,
had
I mean,
someone
I
walk
knew
in
it
on
quick.
one of my guests
So-
in the condo, and I called security, and no one, they said there are no cameras of building 4. So
There's
another
cameras.
road.
Again, they don't.
Only in certain areas.
There's,
Yeah.
there's one right outside this door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The supervisors have access.
Yeah.
I've got it on my list.
Good. So there are cameras on building 4.
Yeah, walk right outside this door, look up, there's a camera. There's one at the other end of the hall.
Or at the end, it's a little dome.
Yes.
Okay.
So, to go, to piggyback on that,
What is it?
if you rent your condo out and you don't, we just had a regular lock on the door, so
Same
we
thing
put,
happened to us.
yeah, they pried it open with the screwdriver, took our stuff. So we can put a plate on there that they can't break it in, and then Stephanie suggested an alarm, so Ken has put that on there, so it alarms to his phone if somebody's gonna try to open the closet door.
So anytime, you know, like the typical little security thing, there's an app, just like the little thing about that. We had one of our cleaners was stealing from us. And so when I put that little alarm on there, it's just a little thing and it's a magnet that sticks together. And when you open that door, you can have a timestamp exactly who's doing it and see which guest is doing it or which cleaner or whoever responsible
done
party
during
is
the cleaning.
that's opened your owner's closet inside your unit. So that's a cool
We
little
put an
thing.
extra long deadbolt on ours and no door handle, so they're not getting it.
Then you
Well,
can
and
call
they can just-
security right away?
I'm not gonna say what they can just do, because I don't want to give anybody ideas, but there's ways around that too, so just be careful. That's almost,
I assume the hinges are non-pin.
there you go. That's it. You're so smart, dude.
I think they're non-pin.
Ours was keeping a screwdriver in a hidden
Oh,
spot
knocking the,
and,
okay, I'll
tapping it
check
out. And that was our
'cause you
cleaner that
can
was
put
doing that.
non-pin hinges in.
Not current cleaner, obviously.
Not for, one white thing.
It was not white sand. We'll go out there.
There was something that you had mentioned, I think last time, you had said something on an email about people renting out their units for $59 a night and all that kind of stuff.
Gail, I mean, Joyce had.
Okay, so has anybody actually done a study as to what is going on here? Because I want the highest amount I can possibly get, and I manage my own condo, and I have no problem managing my condo. And I charge a good size amount, I believe, for my condo. If someone is renting anything in here at $50 and $60 and $70 a night, you're crazy. You're not making any money.
Sorry,
You okay?
I'm good.
No, yes, that's it.
Property management groups are
They're horrible.
notorious for putting heads in beds.
Yes,
They call
they're
it
horrible.
And that is the owner's own choice to allow that to happen to their property.
They really need to talk to that management company and get off those low fees. Because they put an algorithm on, and that's why I don't have a management.
So that's what Evolve is famous for doing that. That's one of them. The
Yeah.
first year, they will rent your condo for $59 a night
Mhm.
to get activity, and then it goes up the next year. And if you look at the trending of someone with an Evolve management company, you'll see the price does go up in subsequent years. It's that first year that they lowball it.
Well,
But it damages everybody else.
it damages
We do have a
everybody else, and it
question.
also brings in people who will do damage to your condo. Every time I've never gone below $95 a night, and only $95 a night is in off-season, okay?
Where can you get a
When-
hotel anywhere for less than that much?
That's
You
right.
can't.
But
You
every
can't,
time I
so
have,
wait, then-
I wanna say
every
that.
time I have, they leave the place filthier. They have no standards. And things get lost. I had coffee. I don't know what they did to the coffee machine, but they did something and overflowed it, took it and put it in a box and put it in my closet. So I wondered where my coffee machine was. So I pull it out and there's grounds all in the box, all through the coffee pot. The knob doesn't, the on doesn't work. It was a nightmare. They have no standards. So quit doing it the best you possibly can.
Yes, Mark.
Well, look, I mean, what you're advocating for is basically creating a cartel, right? It's like an open cartel. And, you know, you've got a tension between wanting to maintain a floor on the price versus capitalism at its finest, right? So, you know, if there's a support for a cartel, then, you know, maybe it's something to look into.
Maybe you. can
Just make sure they're
use
parked in the right
all
parking
this
space.
and know what other people are charging,
And that's it.
and create a document telling them why it's a bad idea and send it out. You're certainly free to do that.
Yeah.
Send it to the other owners.
All right, we have a
Yep,
question.
question?
So just clarification, and I'm a new owner since July. I've had 2 major water events. So thank you for opening the meeting with water. One was inside and one was outside that I'm dealing with now. It's just asking for clarification because I have been working with Triton and I think James told me that there was a law that was passed in 1990 something, where if a water event takes place outside of your condo, but it was because of somebody else's condo, that the HOA takes care financially of the repairs. That's what he told me. So this is news if that's not true. And now I need to know, am I responsible? Because if I am responsible for fixing the water that came into my condo above me, I want my own people working on this and not yours.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, what was your name?
Anita Morocco,
Anita? What unit is that?
2121,
Okay, so you were one that received damage from above.
correct.
Okay. So Triton would have done the mitigation, or your management company, to just stop the water damage, put fans in, keep mold from growing. All of that stuff we would do, and we would pay for that and then turn around and bill the people who caused the damage.
Because they weren't told that either.
Okay, well, I don't know that they've
They're
been told
uninformed.
anything.
They don't know this either, because
I
I
get
even
it.
told them the same thing.
She lives in Wisconsin.
And I've been in contact with her.
Yes,
I was the one that told her in the middle of the night, your condo's leaking.
yes, yes. And
It
I
was
think
awful.
it was terrible.
They've never done that.
It still is awful.
So her HO6 is responsible for damage repairs to your unit and to her own unit.
And who says what the damage is?
The people who do the repairs.
And who does the repairs?
So I think you have the right to do the repairs yourself and then subrogate, your insurance company would pay for it, and then subrogate against the at-fault carrier.
So Triton was telling me that there is no at fault because. Go
Say that
ahead.
again?
Gail's right.
That's correct. The proper law says in situations like this, it's you, if you incur damage, you go to your insurance company, okay? You make a claim with your insurance company. Your insurance company will then go and have Gail mention, and it's a very key legal term called subrogation, okay? They will subrogate your claim against the at-fault owner's insurance company. So ultimately, all the costs are actually borne by the at-fault owner or their insurance company.
Right.
Okay? That's the process.
Okay, so can I just take a little time out? I never got to inspect the property because it happened in the middle of the night. I wasn't informed until noon the next day. Oh, we looked at it. That's great, but I don't know who you are. And I'm looking at a lot more damage than just the ceiling.
Triton was notified and they immediately, working with, is this that right, Emily? Is she- Yeah, they worked with, I think, the security people to shut off the water, to stop the water flow. And then they would have brought in the mitigation to stop the mold from growing. I think that's all they do,
And notify the owner.
and notify the homeowner.
Your next
No
step is to
owner.
call your insurance company and let them know what happened.
No owner was notified. We have outside source that told
My
us.
renters told me.
Yeah, we got the notification from Triton that night, right? No, next
No,
morning.
next day.
Next
No,
day.
we got
I
the
was here.
notification.
That
And
was
so
the-
they would have notified you the next day, yes. It happened, I think, in the middle of the night.
It did.
Did like midnight.
12:58.
Well,
Well, but yes, that's when you heard about it, but my renters
My phone
told
was
me
on
at
silent.
10 PM.
My phone was
Hey,
on silent.
here's a video of your ceiling on the floor.
So they
So,
sent it to you 10 that night, and so then you immediately called Triton.
Oh, no, I called the wrong people because
yeah,
I
you
knew.
called Seacrest, because
I
they called
knew,
me at
yeah.
midnight.
That's okay. This is part of like the onboarding paperwork.
This is like so,
Sorry.
So it would be
It's
like
so
if you have a leak at
overwhelming.
your home, what you would do is, of course, you would do your immediate steps to take care of the water to stop it, whether it's like a hole in your roof. You would take your immediate steps, cover the hole, tarp it up. Then you're gonna get on the phone with your insurance company and let them know what happened. At that point, you say, hey, I need to get bids here. What's the process? Do I need to get bids for you? Submit them, and that you handle it pretty much the same way that you would if you have an issue in your home.
okay, but
So,
that's not what
yeah.
I was getting from Triton.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're in the process of working with Triton to help them change the way they're communicating, because they misunderstood too.
What did they misunderstand?
They were communicating incorrectly stuff. They either weren't contacting the owner timely or,
Well, yeah, they thought
were
they
working
had
with them.
called me. I said, no, you've never called me because there were two people on the phone.
Oh, I think that they had a wrong number on file.
Well, they had a right number the next day.
And that management company had created a two-way call. And so at that point.
Emily, can you come out here so we can hear you?
Here's your seat, if you want to
We
sit.
got your seat.
Cynthia, the technician on site for on-call services that week, arrived and shut off the water herself. At that point, she was on a three-way call with the property management and the owner of the unit above. It was not clarified who she was speaking to, neither did she ask. That's where the miscommunication came. And she figured she was talking to both owners. So
And
that's where that came through.
And when was she talking to the owner of the upstairs unit?
In the middle of the night.
Yes,
No,
Yes,
that's true. That's incorrect.
they didn't hear the next day. They heard that night. That's how the water got shut off. That phone call happened. Yeah, it's been a cluster.
And it's just the phone call to y'all that was the missing piece in this part.
Yeah, and I
And-
still don't know what to
Okay.
do.
So-
Because now I'm getting even more information.
So that's where this is helpful and, information in that folio, if it's a facilities management issue with water, sorry, I gave you the wrong one.
Yeah, I got it now, because
The
one of
number.
you sent it. in
And
that
that's where
fast
I
email.
encourage everyone to go on and have Triton put in your phone for the emergency on-call number, like literally put it that Triton emergency on-call number in your phone.
I
To
have it
have
on my
that.
refrigerator.
Yeah, and I will do that now. I just,
Yeah.
once I fix one water
I get it.
problem,
I
I
get
didn't
it.
know I'd have to fix
I
another one.
understand, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But and that's the whole point of, that's our passion for making sure these procedures are improved. Because we
And we're-
understand there's an issue. Thank you for reporting that, and then we're doing our part. Like
Working
Lynn was
on
saying.
a clear process.
But now I need to call my insurance and get inspectors out
Yes,
because
absolutely.
coastal
Take all the pictures that you can, get all the pictures that have been taken, because they're gonna need that too, because sometimes the adjusters don't get out here as quick as you would like them to
Yeah,
do.
now it's gonna be a week.
Yeah.
Well, and also Triton comes in and does a report, so you can seek that report and already have that time.
You should have that report. If you don't, we can give them that
Yeah,
report.
email.
The dryout report was sent this morning and the water event report in full will be sent hereafter.
After.
After I get back in the office.
Once you get to
Remember,
Go ahead.
your best plan is to get the insurance company, send out their adjuster to come in and send the damage.
Yes.
That's why the insurance company is the most important person you call.
Well, I never knew
As soon as
that
they get
because
claim,
Triton
they're gonna
was
send out
taking
their
care of it.
So
adjuster.
they were only drying it out. That's all.
That's
they
not
did.
what I heard.
No, that's all they're ever supposed to do.
Okay, that wasn't my understanding.
Well, not altogether. If it is the fault of the association, then they
Yeah.
If it's
completely.
If
the cost
it
of the
is,
association, that's
this
not
was
what
not
occurred
the
here.
association's
This was
responsibility.
Owner above her's responsibility was not
Right,
taken
right, I
care of
get
and it affected her, their unit. Which is that owner above them's responsibility to do everything. Like Mark said, it comes back to that.
Right.
Through the process of insurance, like Lynn was talking about.
So this is why an HO6 policy is very important. Very, very important.
It's just like. when
I think in
somebody-
2023, there was a letter that we sent out and there was a recommended amount of 54,000. Basically, if you take your unit, like Stephanie had explained several meetings ago, if you turn, your unit is a cube. If you turn it upside down, everything that falls out, that's your responsibility. Where you're going to get back from association, like a rebuild, is your white box. Okay, everything that falls out, you've got to redo. So that is why they did an analysis, and around 54,000 is what they anticipate would bring your unit back to whatever. So 60,000 is a good number. You can set it at whatever you like, depending on what you have in your unit. But that is why an HO6 policy is it's like homeowners insurance. This is a second home, and sometimes people forget that it's kind of the same thing.
And y'all do
There's your
have
house.
insurance.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
but that's always going to be your
Like
last
when it
call.
was inside the bathroom walls and my bathroom walls are
Ugh.
falling apart, to me, I didn't build this water line, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it still fell back to me because it was the little line coming
It
back.
comes
Right.
off of the stack that
And-
the HOA is responsible.
And what an insurance adjuster will do a lot of the times, if you have water damage and say your ceiling is soaking wet and you know it's going to come down, you need to talk to that adjuster, because sometimes they'll say, do what you got to do in the meantime to make sure. So they may tell you, get somebody to cut out that sheetrock, take pictures through every step, whatever vendor that you hire, your sheetrock person, make sure they take pictures. So sometimes you have to do those things so you don't have, your wall fall out, your mirrors fall out, or the
And you
ceiling.
don't want
hit you on
mold
top.
growing.
Yeah.
So have them cut
Yeah.
out everything wet.
Yeah, because the bathrooms were full of mold.
Yeah.
That's why the
Question,
mitigation.
what company offered 54? I work with a broker who took me forever to get 30,000.
I'm not sure that they spoke with they did an analysis of the cost to put your unit
I
back.
understand
I'm
that.
not
They
sure.
would not offer me that high of an amount.
Really?
I had to fight for 30,000. She worked at it for weeks.
Wow.
Kept calling me back and saying, I can't find any, and she's a broker.
Is she local down here?
Baldwin, South Baldwin.
Okay, yeah, that
Yeah,
might be the
insurance.
issue.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but you're probably going to want to shop
I might have
around
to
maybe
change it.
up north or something.
You got 60, no
It
problem.
depends on who you get.
What's
Yeah.
the company?
It's
Gulf Shore Insurance?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Back
was
to
it?
the Warner
I
situation.
think it's Gulf Shore
Uh-huh.
Insurance.
You'll see inside the box, you don't say anything like that. And these,
I'll send you- I'll
detectors.
I'll find it and get it to you.
these Warner detectors. That's fine, they do work, cause I know they have them in AC units. When you run over, you get an alarm at your house, most of it, some of you do. What about inside the wall?
Where's Joel?
I'm right here.
Get back.
I just keep on
We were
saying
just
inside the
blended in.
box.
Yeah.
That's what I want to
Hang
clear
on, the
up.
reason I wanted Joel is because we were just talking about this before the meeting. And what happens when it's between the sheetrock and the subwall, where the line comes out from the stack? The stack is the HOA's, the line is yours. So what
Well-
happens?
So how do we inspect something like that? How do we
How do you know there's a leak
How you know there's a leak?
until the wall blows out?
Until somebody else is
Yeah,
seeing a fall in.
Correct.
How do you know it happens at the house?
Yeah, at your house, it's the same thing.
When it happens.
But we were told when it was bought, all we were responsible for is inside
That
the
was
file.
realtors.
And-
negligence.
Okay, so
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
we had this conversation a little while ago about what's inside the box,
right.
right? So if you look at our declarations, it has a diagram of a one bedroom and a two bedroom with darker lines delineating everything. So, lost my train of thought. So once it comes off the stack, like Gail was saying, and it's running in an interior wall or the roof or going to your shower, that's ours. That's an owner responsibility. Anything that comes off the stack through the walls to your sink, to your kitchen, to your bathroom, to your shower is that. We had a conversation. Our power meters, everything from the meter side to the condo belongs to the owner. So if there's an issue in the wiring between the meter pan and our unit, that belongs to the owner.
Just like at your house.
From the meter pan to the feed belongs to the power company or the association, depending on how the setup is.
Got another question.
Yes, sir.
Does each unit have a shut-off valve?
Depending on how you're asking the question.
Okay,
So
we had a blowout in the bathroom.
each stack has a shut off.
It does not shut off 1, 2, and 3.
You cannot just shut one
Can I
condo
just
off.
shut my condo off?
Not all over
Can't you
that
do
way.
it
In a master bath,
Not-
what
Well,
floor?
not all of them have it that way.
Y'all don't have the house?
It should be on your water
You know?
heaters.
So in,
We do.
We do?
in building 4, in the master closet, there's a panel.
Let's go
Building,
to building 2.
one bedrooms have it in their closet. Your
The
two
Two
bedroom.
bedroom.
On the first floor.
One bedrooms have it in their closet. I've seen it in the one bedrooms and 1, 2, and 3.
It's a panel and you have to lift, pull this wall thing
Say,
down.
and this, where she's
That's
saying.
in building
one
four,
then.
floor.
Ch- in yours, look in your, on your water heater.
Yeah, the water heater.
On your water heater, you're gonna have a valve on the top of it.
Well, that's the water coming in.
She's talking about the water for his whole unit.
Is it not in the
Cold
same
water.
closet?
We talking cold.
Okay.
I'm not no plumber.
Yeah.
I know cold water comes into the water heater, and it's called a hot water heater when it leaves.
So,
Now, you can
so
cut the hot
there,
water
if
or
it's,
cold in.
if it's a water
Oh,
heater valve, it shuts off all.
I'm gonna look.
Just from the.
This is the point I'm getting at.
No, it shuts off all.
It can't, because it's on the-
There's a
There
slash
should-
one that turns the whole thing on too.
Yeah.
The one, we have ours marked in our closet, it says water shut off.
Mhm.
Put a
See, I
big-
haven't seen. It's a
Yeah.
closet
It's
this
a
big,
panel.
this big of a water
Because
heater.
ours
in it.
is-
Oh, no, no, this,
Ours is 14.
this is in the master closet.
I'm willing
So
to
the
try-
reason we're asking this is when we had the original leak that blew out the bathrooms, it happened like Saturday at 3 p.m. And we were told that we can turn off the water, no worries. We'll turn it off for the whole stack, no worries. Well, then it came back that no, you couldn't turn it off to just your individual unit, right? It had to be the whole stack.
Emily, can it be turned off? just
Wait, here's what I'm asking. The people upstairs with the leak, their water's turned off, but the whole stack isn't, so why?
They installed their own unit shut off, and that would be an owner's cost to do, which it is highly recommended because it can easily shut off the water for just your unit
Wow.
in case of a leak. But there is not, overall in the building, 1, 2, and 3, I cannot verify for sure. Well, I can verify if I go in there, but I can't confirm for sure that all of them have a unit shut off because that's not been the case whenever I go into the units. But for
So that's an elective thing for the owner to have an individual main water cut off.
Where is it? in
Okay.
In the master closet.
In the master closet.
that white
Okay.
panel
Oh,
that's.
So does everybody have it in the building?
And don't ever install something in the back wall of that thing.
Please don't.
Cause it's pipe that runs
Please
the
don't.
whole stack.
The whole building.
I wish I had a
I don't know where we are.
Emily, do you have recommendations for people that can do that? Okay.
Oh,
Got a couple of plumbers.
Maybe we can
That's
share.
What's that?
that little
We
service
do have
panel.
plumbers that we
Yeah.
use for the association, which I can give you their number, and they could possibly do that for you.
Good
Plumbers
to
no
know
problem.
it's there.
We
I
have
know,
plumbers.
we're trying to
Good
get
to
it
know.
shut off for you.
Getting it shut off
Getting it
was the
shut off.
problem. Then when we got it shut off, said, take your time,
I know,
do
we've,
what you want.
we've hashed through that
We
already.
done passed all of this, but then we get a call at 9 o'clock night. You need this water turned back on
Yeah.
within an hour. We will call somebody to get it done if you don't get it done. But we were already told, y'all take your time to take care
Emily,
of
we're
it.
not coming after you
We're not
again.
coming after you in the least bit. This is a meeting to talk about things and find out what the deal is. I'm gonna go right now, as soon as I leave here, and look in that closet.
Well, we don't have one.
Oh, I know, I'm still looking.
But if you want
Please
one,
do, 'cause-
Emily's got
yeah.
somebody who can put one in.
Oh, I got somebody to put one in.
We just didn't know it was an elective thing. Now we.
So what you telling me, the water comes off the stack straight to the water heater? Cause if I put a shut-off valve before the water heater and it's coming off the stack and going somewhere else that nobody knows, it's in the wall that we don't know nothing about it till the sheetrock is falling in our face. And then we see that it's the old pipe that was, done away with years ago. I had two plumbers tell me that was lawsuits years ago.
You talking about blue pipe?
No, the blue is good. It's the white and
Polybutylene.
gray,
Mhm.
something else. The
Polybutylene.
blue and red
And the
is
black.
good. And I think it's a black, too. There's lawsuits behind it.
Yeah,
And
Paul's,
our
yeah, change
bathroom
it.
was
Yeah.
full of it. But you know, it's done now. It's over with. I'm just trying to figure out.
So what Lynn said about taking your condo upside down and shaking it, whatever falls out, I would agree with that, except the sheetrock needs to fall out too,
And the pipes.
and the pipes, because that's all it is.
So if it
Sheetrock is
applies,
not
if
down.
it is, so look at it this way, it's like, you know, you have this main pipeline, okay, that's the association. But you have all these little branches that feed your individual unit. If it branches off that main pipe to your unit, it's your responsibility.
Yeah, we know
But
that.
yeah,
We
We
so-
know that now.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, you guys.
Oh, no.
It's, yeah.
If
thought it was
you're
sheetrock
not used to owning an apartment complex or owning an any condo complex, it is a hard concept, but it's true.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, and
I
we
own
went-
a duplex,
Yeah.
but it had shut-offs. I
Yeah.
have a problem over here, I ain't gonna make these people over here suffer.
Exactly.
Let's shut this off so they can go on living.
Right. Well, at least there's an answer, and I'm sorry you've had that experience.
That's
So
true.
we were talking about possibly looking into some kind of automatic shut-offs for each unit.
And that's been a conversation, yeah. Anything we can do, and, I mean, I'm not proposing anything, but, Pfizer makes a whole unit shut off that an owner can install, and we've looked at it for our house, it's the same thing. It minuscule water leak, it shuts it off and sends an alert. But that's definitely something next year's board can talk about. Oh, did I mention we have 2 positions on the board?
A few times.
We can explore it
And then you too can get emails in the middle of the night.
Right?
all right?
One more question, I ain't tired of hearing me,
Come on, talk.
Bring it.
but you're here, I'm here, I like for you to hear this. Security.
Yeah.
What are they allowed to do?
Okay, that's a
Enforce
big
all of
That-
our rules and regulations.
There you go,
That's the
great
big,
answer.
that's the big statement.
Are we covered, or do we have any kind of say-so of, you rent my apartment, my condo, you got to leave today at 11 o'clock.
And you say, no, no.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah, they're not gonna enforce
No.
that.
That's your
what-
rental
They
agent.
will not
That
go
would
and
be
knock
your
on the
I
door and
think that'd be
say,
the property manager that's managing.
Property manager,
the
Baldwin
police.
County
That's
Sheriff's
your property
Office.
manager.
I'm just asking,
Yeah.
should
The
they,
sheriff had to come out.
Oh, gee.
we had to get the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Don't
dumpster
call
fire after
security.
dumpster
Oh,
fire.
gosh.
There's a problem I have.
Bless your heart. Do y'all manage yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah, you just did it.
Wow.
Wow.
Living with this.
Say again?
Aw.
What do you mean?
What's that? That's
I
what
need,
we're-
yeah,
just
talk
said.
to me afterwards. I'm making my list
Yeah.
of stuff for security.
People need to know stuff like this.
But,
Yes.
but the sheriff had to take the person from security to go to the condo to throw them out.
They
So
would
like that,
not,
they wouldn't do
security
it by
come,
themselves.
security come with me to knock on the door to put you out, but they would not come
Yes, that's
before.
another
They would not come before until the sheriff was with them.
That's not their job to.
Well, what they had to go with the sheriff for? Why did they
Because
say
he had
they
the
were
key,
in their
jurisdiction.
he had the key to get in, he had the way to get in.
Well, we told the sheriff how to get in. We gave him code.
Well,
You
that's.
should have just called your management company and charged them.
They
for
they
it
are the
another day.
management company.
We are the management company.
We are the man.
Oh, well, then you
Yeah.
just charge them another day.
But the people moving in were standing
Standing
at the
right
door
outside
wanting
the
to
door.
get in.
Lord.
Won't in.
Yeah.
Good thing he was a cop, or he understood.
The
He
new
was
people
very,
coming in.
he was very
Yes.
nice about it.
Wowzers.
What about?
Y'all have a book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all- first year, right?
Oh, my.
Smoke this
Really
straight.
happened.
Oh, wow.
We have different first years, but
I'm gonna have to,
we wanna.
yeah, I had my first year
They
myself.
forced her out.
And then as soon as you need that,
Had a good first
I
day.
No, we called security, called they,
And you won't rent to her again, will you?
Yeah, no, exactly.
And you need to share the names so that we don't rent to her.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna shut
what-
this down.
Here, take
Yeah, I'm
this.
on the book.
She'll sue us for
They
slander.
made the cleaning lady leave.
They forced her out.
They
Yes.
forced her out, and I figured security would take